I stood on the porch barefoot, watching the moving truck pull away. My chest felt hollow. The house was empty. The house my mother left me. Gone. My name erased from the deed like I'd never existed. I wasn't supposed to know yet. We had an agreement. I had until June to make other arrangements. 3 more months. But the locks were changed. The for sale sign was gone, and through the front window I could see Whitney inside. Walking barefoot across the hardwood floors my mother had refinished herself, sipping wine like she owned the place. When I banged on the glass, she turned, smiled. Didn't open the door. My phone buzzed. Text from my daughter Riley. "Dad, don't sell the house. I found something about Whitney. Call me now." My name is Connor March. I'm 41 years old. I didn't lose everything overnight, but I realized too late how deep betrayal cuts when it's disguised as love. What Riley found, it unraveled everything, including the truth about my mother's final days. After Mom died, I couldn't function, could barely get out of bed. My wife at the time, Paige, handled everything: the funeral, the estate, the legal paperwork, or so I thought. Mom's will was never formally read. Paige told me it had been lost during the estate transfer and everything defaulted to the family trust. I believed her. I was drowning in grief. She seemed so competent, so caring. But last month, Riley found the original will, hidden in a sewing box in the attic of the house I thought was being sold. Inside, Mom's actual wishes, handwritten, notarized. I was the sole heir. No mention of Paige, no mention of Whitney, who'd come into our lives later. Just me. But someone had crossed out my name, in different ink, with a different pen, and written Paige's name above it. Riley brought me photos of every page, including the forged signature that supposedly transferred the house to Paige after Mom died. I never told Riley the full truth about the divorce. Didn't want her to hate her mother. But now she was angry, focused, determined. "Dad," she said, "you signed the house over voluntarily, that you agreed to sell it as part of the settlement." "I did agree," I said quietly, "to let her sell it later, after I found somewhere else to live. But look at the signature date." She showed me the document. The date made my blood run cold. April 12th, 2023. "Dad, you were in the hospital that week. You had pneumonia. You were barely conscious." She was right. I remembered that week in fragments. Fever, oxygen mask, nurses adjusting IVs. I never signed anything, but my signature was there. Perfect, neat, forged. Riley showed up at my apartment carrying something wrapped in a pillowcase. Her hands shook slightly. "I found this behind a wall panel in the attic. I think it's Grandma's." She unwrapped it carefully. A worn leather journal, cracked spine, pages yellowed with age. I opened it. Mom's handwriting, unmistakable. Pages and pages of entries, dates, names, warnings. One name appeared over and over again, Whitney. And beside it, in Mom's urgent scrawl, "Dangerous. Do not trust. She's done this before." My hands trembled as I turned the pages. The last entry was dated 2 days before Mom died. "If something happens to me, Connor needs to know the truth about Whitney. She's not who she claims to be." I flashed back to 3 years ago, Paige's birthday party. Whitney had given me a framed photo. "Thought you'd like this, from Riley's baptism." I'd smiled, thanked her, put it on the mantle, but now I pulled up that photo on my phone, zoomed in on the background. There was Mom, standing off to the side, arms crossed, face hard, staring directly at Whitney. It was the only photo I had where Mom looked angry, afraid even. I'd thought it was just stress. She'd been dealing with health issues. Now I understood it wasn't stress, it was recognition. She'd known something about Whitney, something that terrified her. I read deeper into the journal, found an entry from 4 years ago, before Whitney had even been introduced to our family. She came to the door again today. Same story as before, different face this time. How many lives has she destroyed? Again? Before? What did that mean? I flipped to the back pages, found a note written in shaky handwriting. Mom's writing had deteriorated near the end. "Connor, if you're reading this, I'm gone. It wasn't my heart. It was her. Whitney. She's been here before. She knows this house. She knows what happened, and she came back to finish what she started." Below that, one more line. "Check the fireplace. Everything you need is hidden there." The week before Mom died, she fell down the stairs. I'd rushed to the hospital, found her with bruises covering her right arm, deep purple marks, like someone had grabbed her. "Did you slip?" I'd asked. She didn't answer right away, just stared past me. toward the hallway where Whitney was standing. Then she gripped my hand, squeezed hard. "Tell the truth, Connor, even when it ruins everything." I hadn't understood, thought it was the pain medication making her confused. But now those words echoed differently. She'd been trying to warn me, with Whitney standing right there. Riley and I went back to the house. Whitney was gone for the day. Riley had learned her schedule. We went straight to the fireplace, the one in Mom's old study. Behind loose bricks in the ash trap, Riley found a metal box, rusted, sealed with duct tape. Inside, letters, dozens of them, all addressed to my mother. All from someone named Audrey Castellano. I read the first one, then the second, then the third. Each letter ended the same way: "I forgive you for not seeing it sooner, but I'll never forget what she did to my family." Who was Audrey, and what had Whitney done? I confronted Paige, called her, demanded answers. "Do you know who Audrey Castellano is?" Long silence. Then, "Where did you hear that name?" "Letters. In Mom's house. Who is she?" More silence. "Connor, I don't. The letters say Whitney destroyed her family. What does that mean?" Paige's voice went cold. "Whitney told me Audrey died, that it was an accident years ago. Why are you digging this up? Did she die in Mom's house?" Paige didn't answer. "Paige, I don't know. Whitney said it was before your mother owned the place, that it was tragic but unrelated. But I heard something in her voice. Doubt." Finally, Riley and I stood at the edge of the pool, the one in the backyard, the one I'd grown up swimming in. "Dad, did someone die here?" I didn't answer. Couldn't. Because in the journal, one line kept repeating in my mind. "If I drain the pool, I'll find her." I pulled up the county records on my phone. Found the property history. Previous owner before Mom, Castellano family. Audrey Castellano, age 16, drowned in family pool, 1994. Ruled accidental, no foul play suspected. My mother had bought the house 6 months later. Riley went to the public library, used the microfiche archives, came back with a printout, a newspaper clipping from July 1994. Local teen dies in tragic pool accident. Audrey Castellano, 16, found unresponsive, family devastated. There was a photo, a vigil, candles, grieving family members, and in the background, barely visible, a young woman, maybe 20, watching from the shadows. Riley zoomed in on her phone. "Dad, that's Whitney. Younger, different hair, but unmistakably her." "Why would she be at a stranger's vigil?" "She wasn't a stranger," I said slowly. "She knew Audrey." I called Paige again. "Why did you trust Whitney?" She snapped. "Because she was there for me. Because you were lost in your grief after your mother died. She listened. She helped. She cared. She groomed you. Don't be ridiculous. She knew exactly when to show up, right after Mom died, right when you were vulnerable. That's not coincidence." Silence. "Paige, she's done this before, multiple times, to other families. I have proof." "You're paranoid. Mom tried to warn us. She died trying to stop Whitney." Paige hung up, but I knew I'd planted the seed of doubt. After Mom died, Whitney had insisted we sell the piano. "It's old, damaged, not worth keeping," I'd agreed, too grief-stricken to care. But in the journal, Mom had written, "Everything important is in the piano bench." I tracked down the buyer, an antique dealer. "Do you still have that piano?" "No, sorry. Sold it months ago. But something weird happened." "What?" "Woman showed up, paid me $200 to destroy the bench before I sold the piano. Said it had sentimental value and she didn't want strangers using it." "What woman?" "Never got her name. But she was real specific, wanted me to burn it." "Whitney?" "She destroyed the evidence." Riley found a flash drive hidden under loose floorboards in her old bedroom, password protected. She tried several combinations, finally got it. The password, Audrey 1994. Inside, files, photos, voice recordings, maps, timelines. My mother had been investigating Whitney for years. The flash drive contained dossiers on 4 women. First, Audrey Castellano, drowned 1994. Second, Patricia Wu, car accident 2001. Third, Simone Branch, overdose 2008. Fourth, my mother, heart attack 2022. Each case followed the same pattern. Whitney appeared, became close to the family, gained trust, then someone died, and Whitney inherited something: money, property, control. My mother had connected all of them. She'd known Whitney was a serial predator. Paige started calling me, late at night. "She's acting strange." "Who?" "Whitney. She's different lately, watching me. Connor, I think she poisoned me." I almost laughed. "Now you believe me?" "I'm serious. I've been having memory gaps, dizziness. The doctor can't explain it." Get a blood test. I did. They found traces of something, a sedative. I don't take sedatives. Where's Whitney now? She moved in after you left. She said it was to help with bills. My chest tightened. Get out of that house. It's my house. It's not. It never was. And you need to leave before she kills you too. Riley handed me another document. Her hands were shaking. Dad, I found this in the county records. Audrey's birth certificate. I looked at it, then looked at Whitney's, which Riley had pulled from public records. Same father, different mothers. Audrey and Whitney were half-sisters. She killed her own sister? Or let her die? Or caused it? I don't know. But Dad, this means every family Whitney targeted had something she wanted. And she was willing to murder to get it. An email arrived. Anonymous sender. Check the construction permit filed in 1995. Foundation repair. That's where they buried her. I forwarded it to my lawyer. He contacted a retired detective, someone who'd worked Audrey's case decades ago. The detective called me directly. Your mother reached out to me 5 years ago, said she suspected foul play in Audrey Castellano's death. I couldn't prove anything, but I believed her. Why? Because Whitney had been suspected in 2 other deaths, never charged, always just nearby when tragedy struck. My mother knew? She was trying to expose Whitney. She paid for it. Riley refused to eat or drink anything at Paige's house. Why? I asked. I saw Whitney putting drops in Mom's tea. She said it was valerian root for sleep, but I looked up the bottle number online. It's not valerian, it's a prescription sedative, the kind that causes memory loss. I called poison control, described what Riley had seen. That's a controlled substance. Long-term use causes cognitive impairment, dependency, eventually organ damage. Paige's symptoms made sense now. Whitney was slowly poisoning her. I confronted Whitney, face to face. In the house, brought copies of everything. The journal, the flash drive, the newspaper articles, the birth certificates. Laid it all on the kitchen table. You killed Audrey, your own sister. Whitney didn't flinch. You can't prove that. You targeted Patricia Wu, Simone Branch, my mother. Ancient history. You're poisoning Paige right now. She smiled, actually smiled. You won't do anything. You don't have the spine. I pulled out my phone. I already did. Hit send. Email with 43 attachments, sent to police, my lawyer, the district attorney, and the investigative journalist at the county newspaper. Whitney's face went blank. Whitney disappeared that night, left everything. Purse, passport, car keys, just vanished. Paige tried to defend her at first, but as the sedatives left her system, her memory started returning. She told me you signed the house over. She showed me the papers. I was unconscious in a hospital bed. I know that now. Paige started crying. Connor, I'm so sorry. She convinced me. She made me believe. I know she's good at that. Where is she? Gone. Running. Because she knows what's coming. The court ruled in my favor. Fraud, forged documents, undue influence. The house was returned to me. My name restored to the deed. Mom's original will was finally read aloud, officially. Everything she'd owned came to me. The house, the savings, the truth. Riley and I stood in the empty living room. We're keeping it, right? Yeah, I said. We're keeping it. Paige came to collect her things. No apology, no real remorse, just quiet shame. I let her walk through the empty rooms, alone. When she reached the front door, I stopped her. She destroyed you because you let her in. I survived because I finally closed the door. Paige nodded. Couldn't meet my eyes. I closed the door, locked it. Watched her drive away. Construction crew was repairing the pool foundation when they found something. Human remains, buried beneath the concrete poured in 1995. DNA testing confirmed, Audrey Castellano. The case was reopened, upgraded to homicide. Whitney was wanted for questioning in connection with 4 deaths spanning 30 years. She hasn't resurfaced, but every police department in 3 states has her photo. Eventually, she'll slip. Predators always do. I sit in Mom's chair now. In Mom's house, my house, Riley's asleep on the couch beside me. We kept the journal, the flash drive, all the evidence. Someday she'll ask for the full story, every detail, and I'll tell her the truth. It started the day you texted me not to sell the house, the day you found something about Whitney. Thank God I listened. Thank God you didn't stop digging. Outside, the for sale sign is gone. The locks are changed again, but this time, they're mine. Whitney took a lot from us. My mother, my marriage, years of peace, but she didn't take this house. And she didn't take the truth. Mom's last words echo in my mind. Tell the truth, Connor, even when it ruins everything. I did, Mom, and it saved everything instead.